was able to rejuvenate hematopoietic stem cells in this competitive transplantation assay, so that cells from old animals treated with rapamycin were really almost as effective as young cells in the transplant compared to the old cells alone. So, these are very interesting in terms of pharmacologic, genetic, parabiotic approaches to rejuvenation, but we became interested in thinking more about lifestyle interventions, and particularly diet and exercise, as a way of asking, are there ways to do this non-pharmacologically, or conversely, do these interventions lead us to new pharmacologic targets that might allow us to rejuvenate aged stem cells? So we recently published a paper asking this question: does exercise rejuvenate old muscle stem cells? And this is work by a former MD PhD student in the lab, Jamie Brett, and a current postdoc, Maria Arjona. And I won't go over this because it's published, but basically what they found was that with age, the decline in functionality of muscle stem cells is linked to a decline in cyclin D1. And that exercise can actually restore cyclin D1 levels in these cells, and through this TGF-beta SMAD3 pathway, can actually restore functionality to old cells. One of the interesting observations in that paper I just want to point out is that we found that if we took old animals and exercised them, took their plasma and injected it into non-exercised old animals, the muscle stem cells in those transplanted or transfused animals actually behave again in a much more youthful function. So it isn't so much the muscle activity of exercise, we think, rejuvenates the local muscle stem cells, but in fact, it's probably factors in the circulation that travel to those stem cell compartments, and perhaps to many other compartments that are responsible for many of the health promoting effects of exercise. So what about diet? And clearly the field of caloric restriction, dietary restriction is